And we are live. Hello everyone. Okay, we're on episode 7. Let's do a quick check on what all we have going on. 7,000 science, that's looking good. Resources, we have a good amount of logs, which is excellent. We worked on adding in another forester, and looks like we do have that as a bot, which is good news. We have biofuel. I think we should have catalyst, shouldn't we? Where is that? Yeah, we have some. We don't have that much storage. So that might be something worth pursuing. Pine resin, we have a good amount. How much can we store? We can store 1,600. Paper's good. Gears and planks. Metal blocks. Scrap metal is fine. Nothing to write home about. See, we don't have that prioritized. But we do have both of these prioritized. And they're only using treated planks to make scrap metal. Yeah, so we have... Oh, this is where all the catalyst is stored? We gotta change that. Yeah, we gotta add some catalyst storage. Because I think we're making catalyst in this one. We should switch both of these jobs to be bots. Because we actually had 6 unemployed bots. Let's bump that up. Because... Oh, we're actually maxed out on biofuel. We'll leave that at 1. These guys are probably also maxed out. Let's drop that down to 1 also. We can get a few... Good morning, sand artist. If we get a few platforms placed down, we can duplicate this and then switch it to be catalyst. And then, let's see what else. We're doing good on bot parts. Extract, we're doing fine on. Do we have 2 bots in there. Might want to increase our stores, because we can only store 300 right now. Want that to be a little bit higher. Dynamite, we have 300. And then food overall is looking good. We need some grilled chestnut storage and then cattail cracker storage. So we have a few things we want to add. We have some storage over here. This is where I want to add some more. And then, yeah, we could probably lower this. Don't really need cliff right there. And then we can add a few more platforms. And that should give us enough for 2 large warehouses. And then we could even fit more on top. And as long as we connect it in. And we don't even need this one. This can be a path to connect it. Whoops. That'll be easier to get up here now. And then let's immediately set this to cattail crackers. Where are those? Yeah. And then we can do grilled chestnuts. We'll need to connect these in. Oh, and I missed one. So let the beavers work on that. We can speed it up. We have 6 days left of the drought. And we are producing bots very quickly. And we still have more beavers. But we can start switching some of these jobs. And what I'm thinking is that we have 2 monuments unlocked. We have placed them both down over here. Getting this 3rd one. Making good progress. Short one for you. No worries, Sand Artist. Yeah, family comes first. So, but I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, we have made good progress. Pretty excited. In today's episode, I'm hoping to continue getting a lot more bots produced. And then we can toss them into some of these jobs because most of them we haven't unlocked the ability to have bots in there. But instead, if we just get maybe another 1 or 2 observatories, have our science rack up pretty quickly, then we can start switching bots into these jobs. And then also have some jobs for the beavers. And let's see, I thought that I wanted to have a dirt excavator, but I don't think we've unlocked that yet. So this requires treated planks, metal blocks, and gears. Looks like we have all of those. And I was thinking about placing that up here, I think. Maybe it's over here. We could easily fit one on this side. We could also do over here. But we gotta be careful because if we go down, there's some underground tunnels and stuff. Seems like this area is safe for the most part. So we could get one right in this section. I do want to connect in this zipline station across over to our main living quarters. We do have power that we can extend. Let's see, how's our power system doing? If we max that to the top. This is down. That's down quite a bit. We have, I guess we also have the windmills not working at the moment. So we might want to extend the windmill farm in this direction. And then we can tie in to the new dirt excavator. So let's just add in a few. 1, 2. Right here. And we can duplicate this. Get some more windmills. We have to use the power shafts. What about blasting at the hill and making a big flat area of land for industrial needs? Yeah, I was thinking we could lower this and then we might want to shift this a little bit. But basically, yeah, I think we would probably want to continue in this direction. We could use, this is kind of like a backboard. So we'd have the industry butt up against here, and then we could have a second level on top of it. So we need to do some raising, some lowering. We can start by doing something like this. I don't know if they could actually reach all that. Well, they can. But yeah, slowing this would be a good idea. At least one level. Might need to be both of these. But I like your thinking, Sand Artist. That was a 1. Nice. And so now we're producing still less than we need. So we'll continue. Although, before we add more, let's see. This requires planks, gears, and paper. You're doing great on all 3 of those. Which is fantastic. We can lower this. We'll move. I don't even know if we need this path, honestly. We can probably just remove it. Worst case scenario, we can add it back in. We can lower this. And then continue to place down some windmills. And then I hope that they don't try and walk on top of these platforms to construct anything. What do you have going on with your family today, Sand Artist? It is the weekend after all. I think just allowing this to be flat is a good idea, because then we can get that dirt excavator unlocked and placed down. And then we don't need to put stairs up here because they should be able to get most of it. I think this might be the only one they can't reach. And then maybe this one. So these two. But they can get it after we blast away a good chunk of this. And then we are continuing to have more bots and beavers that are unemployed. Good morning, Scott. Can folktales still construct badwater domes? They have something slightly different. So they, well, I guess these guys have the badwater domes and the badwater rigs. This one can be opened and closed at will. Okay, so you're right. They can construct this. I'm playing with the Iron Teeth on my Haunted Hollow series. That one, I think it's called the Badwater Discharge, which is effectively the same thing. I'm trying to think if there's a difference, because there used to be a difference for the Iron Teeth. But this would be a good idea for getting some Badwater power. I'm trying to think of where we have Badwater sources. We have... Yeah, is there even a Badwater source nearby? I know that we are collecting it from here, but the source is underground. We have... Because even this one, that's all... I think all of it's underground, honestly. So it makes it a little bit difficult to try and harness, or I guess utilize the Badwater Dome and the Badwater Rig. Wife, is it a church thing? You're playing Charger to your daughter, errands and shopping for the next week? Yeah, yesterday was a chores day for me, so I did have the day off, but I was doing stuff around the house. And I did some YouTube. And they have constructed almost all this dynamite. And they have constructed all this dynamite. And then today, I'm going to take my wife on a little surprise date. So it's going to be fun. I haven't told her yet, but I'm going to go walk along a little trail and then go to a local restaurant and then maybe do something else in town. So we have space for the dirt excavator. We just want to keep adding in windmills, honestly. That's going to be our... Ooh, we could also add some right next to this. If we just place one piece of dynamite here and here, we'll need to lower this one a bit. And then we could do the same over here. As long as we get a path on the side, should be able to reach it all. And we don't even need... Oh, well, I guess we do want them connected because the windmills are transferring their power through that. No, we'll just keep going down. One more. Then we can fit one. We will soon be able to fit that once they place that down. And then we have the zipline station right here. We can unlock that dirt excavator. We have all the resources we need for it. But we want to think about if you want to switch this. Because I think we want to add a second one, because if we extend this way, there's already the two connections. So we need to add one more, but not possible. I still think that it would be really cool if they added in another zipline station, but it's intentionally has a slightly shorter range for the zip lines, or maybe it just costs a lot more resources, but it allows there to be more than two connections. Or maybe it even has a bigger range, but is significantly more expensive. Because this only requires logs, planks, and metal blocks. Maybe like the zipline hub, that one requires treated planks or something like that. About the bad water thing and future planning, carve out power river near a source to find a way to pressurize an upwards pipe to float into said river. Yeah, I think the problem is that everything's underground. We can turn that off. Maybe we'll do that in the official release the next couple weeks. That'd be pretty cool. This is... Was this the source? Okay, we got one bad water source. But that is underground all the way over there, and it's definitely pressurized. Let's see. We should be able to see all the sources. That's a mine. Another one which is pressurized. And then I know that who was it? One of you guys spotted this last time. No, not that one. It was this one. Ooh, we have some more green space. I was thinking about filling this in to make more tree planting areas. Okay, we have so many unemployed bots. We might want to slow our roll for a little bit. Let's go down to just one in there. We're doing good on planks. We can switch a couple of these jobs over. Oh yeah. So yeah, adding a second zipline station because this one only has one connection. We could go over here and then to the new one. So how far does this reach? We could just go one. right here, because it depends on how far this one reaches. We can go all the way to basically this section. We remove these paths because we don't need those. Oh, we have to think about the windmills also. I guess that shouldn't be a problem because we can just make a gap in the windmills, or we could just do a zipline pylon that's kind of higher in elevation. I don't think they can zip between them, but that's okay. Could also just go right along this direction. Let's see. Put it on platform since the excavator is 1 up from the ground. Yeah, we'll need to elevate it. We can go like this. We'll go sideways. We'll go right here instead. And then we can go directly across. And then we're going to do this also. So we'll connect. Bada bing. Bada boom. Although we have all this space in the middle. Okay. I'm second guessing myself. Because right now the bots and beavers have to walk all the way. So we probably want one in the middle. And then maybe also one over here instead of having this. What? Oh my gosh, they already started constructing it. Yeah, we can remove that. And they can collect it. So we're going to place this one we want it pretty much in between. I think we'll need to place some platforms down first. Do we need storage under here? We can always take advantage of that. We'll just get a couple of those. And then we'll have some stairs. Yeah, we'll go like this. Just to connect it all in. And then we can fill the rest in with some platforms. We can press play though. And thankfully we have a good amount of planks, and we're producing even more now that we have bots working in some of those jobs. And then I do want to rotate this one, so we'll remove this. Let's place down. Oh yeah, I wanted to connect it in this way, so we can go here, and then I'll get a spiral staircase behind. Then we can duplicate this one, rotate it. Now add this in. Let's bump this up, and then the stairs will go down. Then we can also connect these back in. Although we don't even need to be over here really. But we'll keep the connection. Oh, that's not exactly what I meant to do, but that's fine. What, how they trap? Of course. We'll just remove that for now. We'll add it in as the last part. And then we want to get that zipline station in. I think we'll raise this one. Let's see, because we'll have 3 by 3. Or do you want to raise this one? No, I think we'll go over. Really, I could have gone up one more for the platforms, but that's okay. Here we go. Yeah, the beavers are notorious for trapping themselves. And then we can add that final connection in. Detonate that. Good morning, Lucky. Meant atomic. And I think at this point, we should be able to add those stairs in without the beavers trapping themselves. There we go. Okay, and then what should we have them store here? We could store some bot parts, although yeah, we could store some bot parts. We'll go with limbs because they make those very quickly. And then we can also store some heads, but we need to get one more storage set up then. What do we have more? We have more chassis. We can then, what we could do, we could remove these and then just place a few pieces of dynamite. Get rid of those. And we'll have our third storage right here. Okay, I think that is... Yeah, we're making good progress. Slow and steady. Make sure no bots are in the way. Don't want to damage any of them. We can set this to heads. Get that path. Connect it in. And then now we should be good to go. And now we can get the dirt excavator. We already unlocked it, but we can place it down where we see fit. Doesn't really matter as long as it's close enough. Oh, I should have had the stairs go under this side. That way we could go over and connect into the dirt excavator much easier. We still can. We'll have some staircases right here. And then I'm going to replace these stairs. I'm actually going to put a dirt block there just to keep it continuous. But we'll wait until they actually have the dirt blocks. We can also set up some more windmills, getting us over here. We just gotta get the power shafts connected in. How's your morning starting out, Lucky? Glad to see you could join us. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can we place windmills all over here? Ah, too close. Okay, not these ones. We can... Oh, that might be a little bit too close also. We'll try it. Yep, too close. That's fine. Don't need to be perfect. Gotta remove this one. And then we as soon as we get these last power shafts set up, then everything will be a-okay. We'll want to get some storage for all of this, because this only requires the beavers to work here. We can switch this to bots immediately, and then storage. We'll get a large pile, and then we'll have this one set to supply. I think I have another pile set up somewhere else. We can check that out real quick. Yeah, we have 1,000. I think that is over here. We have dirt. Yeah, so this will be a good place to store it. And then we can unlock this for 1,000. We'll place that one. And then as soon as they place that and we have the path set up, then we can remove this one, go down, be connected in. Scott, you said, what do you think the devs should add to the next game? Or to the game next? Do you think they should add fluid pipes so mechanical fluid pumps can pump water into tanks? Ooh, that'd be pretty cool. Honestly, since I first started playing Timberborn, all the stuff they've added, I feel like has been great. Only time that I didn't enjoy it was when they kind of flip-flopped on contamination barriers. Because to this day I still get confused on, you know, when contamination and irrigation goes through like dirt blocks versus levees. So, because yeah, I had just gone back into Timberborn when they introduced those. So, but other than that, it's always been pretty cool stuff they've added. Yeah, I think one thing that they should add, like I mentioned, would be a big zipline transfer station. More expensive, but can have more than just 2 connections. So maybe it has like multiple tiers, might be a little bit taller, maybe. I think that'd be super useful, because right now I have to add 2 zipline stations that are like kissing each other in order for us to get more than just 2 connections. And then we're going to be putting bots in a lot of jobs. So now that we have dirt blocks, I do want to extend this area. I don't know if we can actually reach it. Let's see, 3 by 3, that should be fine. Look at that. Okay, so if we duplicate this, I don't think we'll be able to reach either of these. We can. How is that possible? Okay, they can't reach that. That makes sense. I didn't expect they were going to be able to. Let's do this though. We can remove this. Let's add in some platforms. I know we could have just gone stairs, but I didn't really want to. And then we'll go across. I guess we don't need to go all the way, but we'll go there. And then they'll start building out. Yeah, that's looking good. Oh, wait. How do they even get in here? That's a overlook. Let's think for a minute. Yeah, I kind of need to have an entrance somewhere. I guess I could have it on this side. Probably go up this way instead. So we can unpause. We'll just rotate those. We can still duplicate it. here and here. That actually might work out perfectly. Yeah, we can do something like this. And then we won't even really need to go across this way. So we'll do that. We'll leave the beavers to it because they will construct it as they can. And we are going to need to switch some more jobs from beavers to bots. This is 1,000. We're doing fine on metal blocks. We're actually going down in scrap metal. So we need to think about getting a second mine up and running because these guys cannot handle it. We could prioritize it by haulers. In fact, that might need to be what we do. That might change things. We can still add in another hauling post because we only have, I think there's these two and then one down here. We can add a few more. We can use the dirt. In fact, we'll go like this. And then duplicate that. And we'll remove these two once we have this dirt block placed down. Oh, we don't have any bots in the hauling post. Well, we can switch that. Let's bump these up on the priority list. Specifically, we don't need this. Just kidding. We'll do this one. This will be our lowest priority job, but it's up to 10. And then we can have this one also set to bots. That'll be slightly lower, also at 10. Yeah, getting dirt unlocked, that changes things. Because we could use platforms here, which would be fine, but aesthetically I think that sometimes it's nice to have the dirt look instead of having platforms. So we're going to need more haulers, which is good that we have these guys. We're not doing great on catalyst, so we'll bump that up to 2. Because I think the bots are using that pretty quickly. And then we have some trees over here. Maple syrup. Can this guy reach it all? Yeah, he's doing good on maple syrup. And then we also have Mr. Nutboy collecting the chestnuts. Did I seriously plant one maple tree in here? It's funny. Oh, we have a lot of potatoes too. We are maxed out on a lot of this stuff. It's a good problem to have. Wow. How are we doing on... It seems like we're maxed out on cattail flour. Yep. And then same with the wheat flour. I mean, I'm not going to complain. But we could... excuse me, we could collect some berries. We'll get this guy... We can leave it as a beaver. Oh yeah, I wanted to shift this over as well. Because we ran out of water during a drought, I think. It's either a drought or a bad tide. Probably a drought. But we can go over like this. And so 1, 2, 3 tall, we'll keep it the same. And then this one's going to take a while because They're really just going to build from like right above and then from the side. We can always try and go down. Can they fit underneath this bridge? Ooh, they can. That's cool. Okay, so we'll have them work from both directions. Maybe go a little bit faster. And then we can remove this soon. Then we can detonate all that. We can probably switch this, so we'll just put it on an overhang. Or we can move it over here. Or we could do it like this. Then we can go zip zip. So we'll let them construct that, and then we can disconnect this one. So these guys, yeah, making good progress. Look at that. So we have some additional haulers now, which is fantastic. And now we have a few vacant jobs, but they're all in this hauling post, so that's okay. And then we are actually running low on bad water. Let's switch this to be bots. In fact, we can switch a few of them to be bots. And now at this point, I feel comfortable bumping that up to 2, since we have 9 vacant jobs, and we still want to pivot some of these jobs from beavers to bots. And then I was gonna make all these pine trees. So let's do that. We can place those down. I don't remember what I was going to do there. But we can also unmark all these for chopping. Oh. Still want those to be chopped down. Oh yeah, and so the reason why I was doing that is because we want to make sure we can take advantage of the fact that we have a tapper shack right here, and he is not maxed out on pine resin, but we will want to switch this to a bot at some point. And then we have our new tree farm, which we have a good amount of space, and then we don't have any water that would be going through here. So we can start adding in some dirt blocks to expand the irrigation zone. Oh, but we gotta be careful. So we need to remove 1 tree. Both at 20%, doesn't really matter. And then we can get the path extended so they can reach all this. Because we do have the path right here. And then this guy, what's his range? He can plant a few trees. I'm surprised they don't, that his range kind of just terminates right in this section. And let's also lower all of this, because this is not super essential. This is more essential, honestly. So we can get that path connected in. He can reach all the way over here. And they'll just keep planting oak trees. And then, yeah, I think we're just chilling right now. Power's looking better. I didn't see if we ran out or not. But we have more windmills, so that should be helpful. And now that we also have way more power, we can remove these 3 and then place some other windmills back down. Is there a way to hype a live video? I don't know. Because I think it's only on mobile that you can hype videos. But hyping live streams? Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's remove all three. And I appreciate that you're thinking about that. Trying to help the channel out a little bit. And they should be able to reach all these too. That's good. Water. We are down in water a little bit. I guess it's because they pumped all this out. Yeah, they pumped this all out during the drought. But we also have more access to plant a few extra crops. Not a whole lot, but a little something. Looks like this area got dried out. We could try and get some bad water collection. Oh wait, we already are harnessing bad water right there. We could harness more if we wanted over here, but the heck. We're just pumping so much water that there's not as much flow coming out of here. That's kind of nuts. Did not expect that. You can see the bad water is even backing up this way. Just a little bit. But all the more reason that we want to get another reservoir set up on this side. They are still working on this. That's nuts. We got some more trees we could chop down if we need to. We can get just a simple 3x3 grid set up right here, and then that would greatly expand our tree planting area. But I'm not too concerned about that right now. We can at least start by just placing down some dynamite. And then eventually we can set everything up. But we're doing good on logs. We also have a bucket of trees that we planted, so we can wait on those. This guy does not need to be a bot. He can be a beaver, because he's not really doing a whole lot. Yeah, so now we need to think about science, which we can switch this to bots. That'd be pretty cool, but it costs a lot of science. Let's see, there's probably, we could calculate how long it would take to get a return. Put a dirt pile near there for faster building. Ooh, that is true. We have 172. Let's do this. We can bump these two up, and then get a pile down, set to dirt, and prioritize set to obtain. You just bump this whole thing up. They should be able to build it a bit faster. They're making their way over here. So we should think about pumping water out of this section also, because this does irrigate Now hold on. Let's see. Because we don't... Oh. Detonate. Ah, because we have this we want to extend. We don't want this to drain out. So what I'm thinking is we could go... Because we basically want another mini reservoir over here. So we'll go like this. We'll go 2 up. And then I don't think they'll be able to reach most of this. But what we can do, as long as we add in a platform, then that'll be good. So they will be able to reach this now. With the new farm about to mature, you can put some more wood storage down to store more. Yeah, we will need to get some storage set up. Could do some underground piles. Because where does the... Oh wait, we already have some. We have this underground pile. Yes, we have the water that's basically right next to where that path is. Wow, they fill that up fast. And it makes it a lot quicker to construct everything. That was a good idea, sand artist. And then let's just keep planting some trees. We want to have some lumberjacks that are closer to here. So maybe we add... Well, we can have a zipline station over here. Might be a little... Might have to zigzag a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll just place one right here. Add that connection, and then we can add a few lumberjack flags. And then let's get a tooth grindstone to help them out. Although there is one over here. We don't really need another one. That's close enough for them to use. Maybe pivot this. Hold on, before you guys construct all this, we're gonna move that over here. And then we can first mark everything to be chopped down. Repurpose the dirt pile back to wood. Yeah, we can do that once we have finished everything. Seems like we're running a little bit short on wood, but that's okay. This guy probably can't even reach all of it. Oh, he can. Let's see, how many tiles is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, if we have a 3x3 grid right here, that should be just about perfect. Maybe over a little bit, because the irrigation spreads all the way to this part. So we'll go like this, and then once they remove those trees, we can place some more down. Let's go like this so it doesn't just sit there and decompose. Man, we almost have more bots than jobs, but we have 1,000 science. Oh, wait a second. Scrap metal, we are going up a little bit now. We set this to be prioritized by haulers, which that is helping a little bit. But we also might want to add in another mine. We're doing great on metal blocks. What job should we switch from beavers to bots? I think one of them is the wood workshop. Try and get as many treated planks as we can, because these monuments require a lot of treated planks. We have 1100 storage. We have a couple more of these jobs. Pine resin and planks. And then we should also have a small, this will be a medium pile. And then this will be a treated plank pile set to supply. Yeah. Excellent. And then we're going to need a lot of paper, I think. Don't we? To fill this up, I think it takes paper and not berries. It's paper and extract, maybe? Which we could get some more extract storage. And we have the perfect spot for it. Just need to connect it in. And then we probably need to add another one of these. Ooh, if we add this in, guess that makes this path a little bit easier to get to. Let's see, we could add something on top of this. We just need to pivot. Oh, I guess we have to disconnect these temporarily. So we can get some buildings on top, although we might want to have them offset by 1. Okay, we don't. Oh yeah, we do need that connection. I want to go stairs up across, but we have that to contend with. Instead, I guess we'll go... Oh, that doesn't work either. Well, because I want to have it in front. Okay, we're going to do some zigzagging. Yeah, we'll go like this. I think that is my first super chat, Sand Artist. I appreciate it. Always glad that you are able to show up. So, you're definitely the most talkative out of all the viewers. So, enjoy your time with your family. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And then what we can do, so I want to get some more... What is this called? Produces extract. It's the centrifuge. I want to get another centrifuge. So we can duplicate this one. Place it right... Ooh, in fact we can actually... No, we'll just leave it like that. Keep it simple. And this will automatically be set to bot since we duplicated it. And then we have space for some more buildings next to it. We can get some dirt placed down, which they won't be able to reach it if we go in that direction. And, oh yeah, they will. Because they'll place this one down first, and then go across and build this one. But there's no need to make it more difficult, so we'll just go like that. So we do have, nice, we have our second tank, or I guess our main tank for the extract. Can hold 1200. So a big increase from the 300 we have Which I don't even actually know where we have that. Oh my gosh. Quick tab, you can see there's so much storage. Oh, it's down here. Okay, well we have some. But now this is the main one. And then we need to make sure we have enough bad water. Looks like we're doing good. We did change these jobs so we had bots in here. But we also probably want to make a few adjustments with this section, because I haven't really touched it since the conception. So first, we don't need this builder's hut. And then second, I want to rearrange the storage so we can hold more bad water. And then also add in the capacity for more bad water pumps. And then also just take advantage of this space a little bit better. So temporarily, what should we do? We're going to have probably 2 bad water storages down here. And then we're going to change some of the arrangements for these. Hello, Notorious. Going to place the rig for bad water. Yeah, so I was thinking about it, but there's not any sources that I can access easily. Like, all of them are underground, basically. So, like, we could unlock this, but the thing is that we can't place it anywhere easily. And it's much easier just to get some bad water pumpers set up. So I think that we're probably not going to be utilizing either of these buildings in this playthrough, just because the premise of this map is you don't have direct access to pretty much any bad water sources. There are technically some water sources we have access to, like there's a water seep right here, but our main water source, like this whole pool, this all comes from underground. So underground rig, I just don't think it's worth the squeeze. Like, that is a lot of investment it would take to get a bad water rig, and it's just so much easier to just place a few more bad water pumps down. But I do want to get some more storage and then change this up a little bit. So we'll start by removing both of these, and then we can get 2 of these guys placed down. We might even be able to do 3, but for now we can stick with 2, and then we're just connecting them in. We will rearrange the paths because this is a little spaghetti section. So we'll bump one of these up. I just want to have somewhere we can actually store bad water. Then we can remove these and then make it a little bit more organized, and yeah, rearrange that path system. And then we have some paths going to the stairs underneath here. Yeah, it would be cool to try using a bad water rig, but yeah, if we get bored and we need something to do, then maybe we try it. But for now, I think we leave it as is. Ooh, but what we do have, we have the section for our new reservoir, so we can remove all this. I'm going to need to be careful when I remove all these so they can actually collect it all. So we'll have to go basically one at a time. And then also, I want to pivot so we have this. Let's stop this connection first. And now no one's using this one. And then we can go like this. So that is more direct. We can also remove this now. And then we're just going to be working our way outwards. As soon as they collect those last few pieces. And then I don't think that we need this bridge anymore. So this is the fun part where you just slowly go demolish everything. We can also start placing some dynamite down. Lower this. And then... oh man. Oh wait, we can use this one. So this zipline station is going to go down here, where we're going to have some water pumps. And then it looks like they did construct everything around here. Because when this water level gets pumped down, I don't want it to pull from our little irrigation zone we have under here. And we also, so we made it all the way. We can remove, well, let me, yeah. We can remove all these platforms because they are not necessary. And then where is that bad water source? Lucky, I know that you did point it out. It's, okay, so it's right here. So if we make a little 3x3 zone on this side, well, we might not even need it. Ooh. Let's do this. We have plenty of dirt. We can start filling this in. In fact, we can go 2 levels up. I think that makes sense, at least for part of it. We'll go across here, and then I think they should be able to reach everything. Yeah, because they can reach over here. Yeah. And then we'll expand our irrigation zone underground afterwards. Ooh, and we can also place a few more pieces of dynamite down. We can get ready because we're going to go... we'll need a fluid dump. Oh, that isn't not what I want to place down. This is what I want to do. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave that, and then we'll pivot back to this one. So we're doing good on wood, so it's not as essential to collect all this, but there are ebbs and flows in resource production. So making sure we have as much for a rainy day as possible is a good idea. And then I'm trying to think. There's so many projects going on now. Need to make sure I don't forget any. We have those bad water storages. So now we can remove these guys. Let's make sure we just collect all the resources first. And then see how we want to do the paths. We can remove this. Not quite. We can move these ones. We can add in another tank. Oh, wrong button. I want to duplicate it, not copy settings. And then we can remove these paths. And so we have the contamination that spreads. We don't really want it. What I was thinking, because, well, this is a contamination barrier. So it stops soil contamination from spreading beneath it. But it does not say anything about being an irrigation barrier, like the iron teeth. So we could use that, but then again, we also don't have a lot of greenery over here. If we wanted to make this look green, we could. That's always an option. We could just do this. Place some dirt blocks. Push everything out a little bit. unlock that for 400 science because we have plenty. And then go right along the edge. Let's do that. So we'll get some contamination barriers set up. We can remove these guys. And then we will need to add in some of these triple platforms, which are still not going to be enough. That's okay. So we'll have a little walkway in the middle. Let's see. Because we're going to have the stairs go down. You know, I want to make it so we have the triples on top. They'll have the same elevation across. And then I will want to connect these in a little bit more directly as well. So we're going to pivot the path. We'll do something similar. So we're basically creating two connection points. We'll have... Whoops. Also, I want to bump these up on the priority list. Let's just make sure we get all this stuff constructed. This one is not important. We already have enough bad water storage. And this would be a good use of overhangs, actually. So we don't even need to use all these. So we can go just triple. No, we'll go double double. Honestly, we could just go triple, because we can use overhangs again. So we'll go triple, a 3x1, and then the 6x1s. We could, I guess let's remove this, and then instead we'll put dirt blocks. I think this should work. And then some more 6x1s. Oh, we don't need that many. We'll just go like this. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. Contamination barriers. Remove these. Collect all this. Then we'll just bump everything up a little bit. And then we'll just slowly start detonating the dynamite. And then we can add in some bad water pumps. We'll set the two bots. Then we can duplicate that, rotate it around. Oh, we're gonna have one fewer. They have not started constructing that yet. We can change this to be 5 instead, because we wouldn't really be able to take advantage of those last two spaces. But I think that 5 for now should be fine. We can always add more if we need to. And those don't go very deep. They only go 2. But I'm liking what I'm seeing now. Also, it seems like we are, once again, pretty much maxed out on water, so that's good. Although we do have 9 bots who are unemployed, but 5 of them will hop into those jobs. Are there some other jobs? We're doing great on wood. I think we should just continue to get more planks produced. If we were short on food, then I would have that happen. I'd pivot them to be farmers. It's hard to tell at night. We don't have a whole lot of trees that have not had their resources collected, so we can leave that. Yeah, we are pretty much maxed out on all our food. Let's see, what are we short on? 1, 2, 3, 4. We only have 5 foods. I think there's more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What are we? I'm missing something. Carrots we're maxed out on. Sunflower seeds we're maxed out on. Grilled potatoes we're maxed out on. We don't have any grilled chestnuts left. And then we don't have any cattail crackers left. But we are still... Seems like all the beavers are doing great on those. So I guess that's good. Maple syrup we have 62. We don't have maple pastries yet. We have 2 bakeries. We can add in another one. We do have a drought approaching. Let's duplicate this and then rotate it and flip it. We'll set it to maple pastries. What's the recipe for that? Obviously there's going to be maple involved. Wheat flour, okay, so we can actually use some of that wheat flour that we have maxed out on. So we'll use some wheat flour and the maple. We probably need to have some more maple trees. I think what we'll do is not plant some trees along here. We'll add in some more maple trees. In fact, we might even do another. We'll do 8 rows that we can remove. And then we can plant some chestnuts and maple. I think we actually have some maple, but we need maple for catalyst, so I'm inclined to make sure we have more of that. So we can add maple over here because it's slightly more. Chestnuts can go here. And then we'll just need to make sure that we remember to actually plant stuff down. So we'll check back in. This guy can reach everything. And then, yeah, he can reach everything as well. So we'll be fine. Excellent. And then we'll just continue. Just keep blowing stuff up and then removing all these. And then we only have a couple more pieces of dynamite we need to place down. What other well-being items did I missing? Let's take a look. Because we're at 36, which is not bad. It's not too high. What fur we could probably do better on. Social life. Contemplation spots. And then agora and dance hall. And I know for the agora we need some dirt. We could put one right here, honestly. If it fits vertically, I think it is. Or it would. And we have dirt unlocked. So if we remove those. And then we gotta work from this direction. The agora, 400. And that's gonna be pretty darn close to the beavers. I think I'll probably at some point rearrange the path through here, but for now, this is fine. And then dance hall. Well, look at that. We have, I think, a perfect spot for it. Right here. Now we're going to shift it over one. We'll see if those two are enough or if we need to have more. And then I kind of want to shift that river over a little bit as well. Then we can have some green space start maybe from up here. And the green space that I'm adding is not going to be used per se, but it's just going to be for aesthetic purposes. And then we've got to fill in the gaps. Let's see, we can do this. We don't really need it to jut in like this. Yeah, we'll do something like that, and then we can have these contamination barriers go all along here. Okay, let's see. Jay Sean, good to see you. I have a surprise for you, Jay Sean. We're working on another reservoir. We are still collecting this stuff, but we shifted everything over because this wasn't quite enough to provide water for this during a drought. But now that we know where we want to have this terminate, this section is going to be a reservoir. And so we can actually, I've been meaning to do this, but it kind of works out perfectly now that you're here. So I want to get some overhang set up. How many do I want though? Let's see. We're going to be planning in real time. Need to have some water storage. We also need to have a zipline station nearby. What if we place one right here? And then we can get a couple large water pumps. And then we can have a large water storage, and we can keep going sideways. And then we can also go in this direction if we need to. In fact, let's add one more. It'll create a little bit of a gap. Yeah, we'll do that. And then storage, we can go like this. This will be set to water. And this guy, connect him in. Yes, happy beavers. Poor beavers living next to dance hall. Yeah, the beavers who are going to be here, they're just going to... It's literally butting up against their house. They're just going to hear dancing all night long. And then we got these guys. We're actually short on... We're short on dirt. We're using quite a bit of it. We could add another one. I have a lot of dirt stuff that I want to do. Maybe we want to do that. It'll be easier if we place one piece of dirt, high prioritize that, and then do this. Then we can duplicate this one. So let's bump all this up. We want these prioritized. I don't like having that. I don't like how it looks. We're going to do this. We're going to set this up. Path is going to be a little different. And then we'll make sure we super high prioritize getting at least these two. So those two will be highest. These will be slightly high. Because we want to keep producing dirt. Okay, we can speed it up also. Yes, Sand Artist, he was here, but yeah, he had stuff he had to do with his family today. But he left a super chat. So that is the first one that I've received during a live stream. I think someone, well, I guess it's not a super chat, but someone donated on the first mega build. But yeah, let's see. One of your playthroughs, you dug a large hole with excavators and then filled it with water for emergency pumping. Yeah, let's see. Which one of my playthroughs? On Haunted Hollows, if you've seen any of the recent couple episodes, I did something similar, not for pumping, but for irrigation in one of my tree farms. But yeah, this is, I guess if you, because this goes down pretty darn far, as long as you have basically one tile that is excavated, you can get good pumping capacity. So, but I know Jay Sean is going to be happy that we have some more water stations in this reservoir. Ooh, look at this. Let's detonate that. That's going to immediately expand our green zone. And then we can also get a few more of these placed down. Let's see. If we went here, doesn't really matter. But we can get this guy placed down. We'll switch that to bots, since we have so many unemployed bots. And then we probably need to bump these up a little bit. And then we're just going to go all along here. And then honestly, we don't need this to be set to dirt anymore. We'll set that to logs. We might even switch that to a larger pile. But for now, this is fine. We have our zigzagging beavers. Okay, so we're just missing a path. Oh, we gotta bump all this up. Because we want this to be up and running. Looks like we have power, but we don't have the connections. Yeah, we're honestly doing pretty good on power, it seems. We're producing about 11,000. We only use 6,000. Let's see, gears. We're actually running a little bit short on gears, relatively speaking. Let's go make sure all of our gear workshops are set to bots. If we take a look in our jobs, centrifuge, dirt excavator, farmhouse, explosives, gear workshops. So we only have one left. I think we should just prioritize all these by haulers. We'll probably need to add in some more. Right here wouldn't be a bad spot to place them. We also should switch these two so that they're set to set to bots. Yeah, and then we'll probably want to add in some more gear workshops because I think we need gears. Yeah, we need a lot of gears for this, which I do want to start working towards that. Also, focus on well-being. You guys, I think it was Lucky, I think you asked about that. Yeah, so we can do that. First, let's get maybe a couple more lumber mills and then a few more gear workshops. And then let's make sure we have those actually connected in. And then we'll switch all of these gear workshops to be bots. Oh, I didn't even realize we had a drought coming. 8 days long, nothing too bad. But then we can do some overhangs on top of these if we need to. Can we do it? I think we can just go 2. We can go on top of here, but not for those. Maybe we switch this. Maybe we have those guys. Maybe we just go crazy on gears first. We just have all gear workshops. And then, let's see, we need a 4x1. And then we go on top. Get some dirt. And then we'll just add in a few more of these. Oh, should we go 4x1? Or 5x1? Because we want to have a path connected in the front. Might as well just do a 5x1. Yeah, then we keep it simple. Oh, this will be perfect because then we can also go like this. Then we'll get the path. Look at that. Okay, we do need to be careful as we approach over here because we don't want to accidentally try and build something too close to the zip line because it won't let us. We'll place down a couple more wood workshops at both the bots because we don't want to run out of planks. Power network's looking good. Thank you, Jay Sean. We have been trying to make sure we have enough power. I'm hoping this will be enough gravity batteries, especially considering how many windmills we have. But we might need to add more in the future. And I think I'll probably just stick with this section for adding more. And then, like you said, with Games Nation suggestion, with windmills and water wheel combo, very efficient. Yeah, having both of them, definitely very helpful. I don't think we need to have this set like that anymore. We are dropping in wood a little bit. We have under 2,000. We had 20 something hundred before, like 2,300. But now it's going down a little bit. I'm not concerned yet because we still have a good amount, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. This guy, he has access to biofuel. Let's do... We want some catalyst out here, I think, also. Going to remove this, duplicate it, and then just switch that so it's set to catalyst. Beaver's well-being is going up. Oh yeah, that was something else I wanted to focus on. Let's get that last path connected in. How are we doing extract? I know we added a second 378. We have 2 of them. Prioritized by haulers, that will probably help. Bad water we're running a little bit short on. So maybe we keep adding in some more bad water pumps. Now we can do a 6 by 1. And then we can duplicate these ones first. Add in 3 more. And then we'll duplicate these, but this can all be lowered. As long as they... Oh wait, that's the opposite. That's hired. But we do want them to construct this one. Yeah. Because they need to be able to actually reach these ones. So we'll leave them at that priority level. Although maybe we bump this up. Yeah. As long as we just get 1 more, that should help. And then we have those 2 guys working. We probably need to get another centrifuge set up soon. In fact, we might just want to work on that right now. We're scaling stuff up pretty quick in this episode. Duplicate this. I guess we don't... We can lower that. Doesn't need to be there quite yet. Because now we're using some extract for this Agora. We have the dance hall, which is probably pretty popular, especially at nighttime when everyone gets off work. Did anyone see the copy-paste blueprint mod that's out? Copy-paste? I have not heard about that. I know that we have the copy settings and duplicate, but there's probably where you can just highlight stuff, I would guess, and then copy an entire like section. We're still maxed out on water. Just about. They are starting to work over here. Let's switch that to be bots. We want to have as few unemployed bots as we can. Oh yeah, and then I also wanted to shift this over. This is probably a good time to do it. Go like this. And then basically we can just put some dynamite going right along here. Oh, we gotta do this. And then we can start filling in some dirt blocks. I just don't want to block anything prematurely. We got a lot of stuff going on. We can add in some more builder's huts, I guess. go right here. Let's bump that up to the highest. And then same with this one. Just try and get some more beavers working. Really helpful for duplicate complex builds. Huh, I'll have to check it out. Sounds interesting. I used mods a little bit a couple years ago, but all the updates kind of fallen out of trying to keep up with that stuff. Oh, I did not keep up with planting trees. So what do we have? We have chestnuts. Chestnuts here. Maple trees here. This guy is going to be a bot. We should also set up some more basically little checkpoints. Oh, checkpoints the right word. Although we're not going to do two. We're just going to do one. And we can set that to biofuel. Make sure it's always full. And then one over here, set that to catalyst. Oh, the ladder mod. Yeah, it'd be nice if they... I feel like there's some mods that they should just incorporate into the experimental, or I guess coming up, Timberborn 1.0. Like, it'd be nice if they just did some of that. I will say probably one of my favorite things they added, like since they've made Timberborn, is the spiral staircase. That makes things so much easier. And I love that it's like, okay, you know, it's a very, I don't know if specialty is the right word, but it just makes things so convenient, and making it a little bit more expensive with treated planks, totally worth it. So, ooh, this is almost done. Let's collect all that stuff first. Oh, it didn't bump up the stuff underneath it? Kinda thought it would automatically, but I guess not. Okay, I'm getting a little turned around. We have... Ooh, we are going to be suffering a bad water shortage soon. Because this guy... Yeah, they're all pretty much at the most they can pump. So, we need to make sure that we get plenty of bad water collected during the next wet season. So that's going to be essential. You don't get into mods except ladder and now the blueprint. Yeah, I wonder what percentage of people who play Timberborn use mods. Because there's some mods that are more complex than others. One of my mega builds was completely dependent on mods. Do you guys know which one it was? I've done 4 mega builds now. We do need to unmark these ones to be chopped down. We have a lot of science. You know what that means? Let's check on their well-being. It's up to 43, so that's pretty good. Okay, maple pastries, we're getting there. Contemplation spots, we have not gotten there. Why is no one going in the Agora? Are we just short on extract? No. The heck? The haulers just haven't been bringing any here. That's odd. See, that's like a super simple... Okay, well, now we'll actually get some benefits from that. You should, so Jay Sean, it was the third one, which was, let's see, update 7. I'm trying to think. I don't think I used mods in that one, but I know I did in the World's Strongest Shape mega build. So that one, there were trains that I had in there. There were different shaped dam pieces, which allowed me to build the World's Strongest Shape. Yeah, yep, that was it, lucky. So that one was a lot of fun, because the trains alone was interesting. And then the different shaped dam pieces. I'm trying to think of what other mods I had in that one. I think at the time there were not overhangs. Like these weren't not in the vanilla. So I'm pretty sure that that was a mod at the time. It wasn't a playthrough exactly. It was just one of my mega builds. So it's only like a 10-minute video or 13-minute video. And it has the music in the background and it's the dramatic. One of the dramatic videos that I make. So I've only made 4 of those because those are super time intensive. For the first one I did, it was 30 hours at least. The second one, that one took me 50 hours. Then the World's Strongest Shape, I put the most time into any of my mega builds. I think that one took me close to 70 hours. But that one did not perform well at all. I don't know exactly why, but I was a little disappointed with that. So, and then the most recent mega build, the update 7, that one, I'm trying to remember how many hours it took me. I want to say it was probably closer to like 40 or 50. So they're always fun to do, but it's just a lot of time. And then the planning stage, and then filming, or I guess recording. But yeah, the World's Strongest Shape was one of the most fun ones to make. So, because I had made the first 2, let's see, I made the first one in December of 21? No, December of 22. And then I made the second one a couple months later. And then I think I made the Strongest Shape maybe during the summer. Can't remember exactly, but I took a break from mega builds for a while. Yeah, I don't know if they can reach all this, but that's okay. We can add some paths in. But yeah, most of the people, well, not most of the people, a lot of my subscribers in the very beginning came from the first mega build. Because I only had, I don't even know how many subscribers. I feel like I only had like 50, maybe 100. Then I did the mega build, and then I got up to like 600 or 700 subscribers within like a month or 2. So that's what really helped the channel take off. And then my Road to 1000 Beaver series, or no, Road to 500 Beaver series. That was a lot of fun. So that was yeah, I think that the first video, that first mega build, plus the Road to 500 Beaver series, those 2 were super important for getting the channel up and running. You only watch the vanilla playlists? Yeah, if you have 10 minutes, you should check out the mega builds. They're pretty cool. They're very unique. I've only seen one other YouTuber. Well, I think I've seen 2 YouTubers who do stuff that's close to that. One of them, he doesn't do YouTube anymore, unfortunately, but Barthak, he started doing mega builds, but those ones are a little bit different because he focuses just on the actual build, and like he doesn't have the music as like a key part of the mega builds, in my opinion. But some of the creations he makes are just fantastic. Those are a little bit longer. I think they're close to like 20 minutes for some of them. And then there's another smaller YouTuber, I can't remember his name, but he does, they're not mega builds, it's basically just a time lapse of him playing Timberborn. So he basically looks at it like this, and then you just see everything that's being created in fast motion. So a little bit different, but I like it's cool. They both have their own flavor of mega build. So, and then mine, I really enjoy getting the music synced up. So I feel like that's super fun. Now, do we want to collect power from here? We don't really have any power close by, so connecting it in might be a little difficult. We're also not short on power right now, so might not be necessary. The algorithm will suggest those videos soon just for you, Jay Sean. You just say mega build into your phone 3 times, and then YouTube will suggest it for you. We have 7 vacant jobs. Oh my gosh, we are so short on wood. Yikes. Let's pause a couple of those. We're still short on gears. Like, we're going up in gears, but... Okay, well, we're going to do an emergency tree chopping session. And then let's make sure we bump these up on the priority list. Oh, how do we get so low on wood? I felt like the stuff I was building wasn't super wood intensive. I mean, these do require some logs, but it's not like anything crazy. I mean, I understand that having, you know, Timberbots in the lumber mills, that's definitely going to use more wood. Well, good thing we have a whole lot of trees over here. And it looks like a lot of them are getting ready to be fully grown up, which is fantastic. We can unpause all those lumberjack flags in preparation. These guys, they might be able to reach some of them. So, this should be helpful. This guy is planting as many trees as he can. We have a beaver. We can plant 1 tree. We could expand in this direction. I don't really see a reason not to. Do the same over here. We're doing good on dirt, which is excellent. Honestly, we could demolish this. Remove this path. Oh, we're going to change this. We want to work in this direction. Make sure we're not trapping any beavers. And then we're not going to be able to reach any of this if we don't get a path set up. If the algo can get past all the cat video recommendations. That's like human nature, just like watching cat videos. Oh, look at that, we have our water pumpers. Water levels have dropped. But we still have all this. It's irrigated. We'll just keep planting trees. Okay, we're up to 500, 600 wood. That's good. It's going up. Just a little bit though. Treated planks, 191. Pine resin's fine. I think it's time we pivot this guy to be a bot. Also, we have 18,000 science. Quite a bit. So for this monument, 12,000. I think that's the next thing I want to unlock. That is huge, which is good news. I was kind of thinking we could place it right over here. Although we have some zip lines that might be in the way. Alternatively, we could move these a little bit. Like for this one, we could just get a pylon right here. In fact, I think that's probably what we should do. Let's remove this guy. In fact, we can remove a few of these. We'll get some overhangs on top. Then we start building upwards. We can't quite use one of the metal platforms because it's... Yeah. Well, I guess we did it on the side maybe. Oh, it might not work. Yeah. Kind of what I thought. But we can go along here. And then do the 4x1. So how big is this exactly? Oh wait, we could fit that here? Oh, that's cool. So it needs to have access to water. So we need to bump it up in elevation. Let's bump that up in priority. We have 2 bad water. We are running low on extract. We have a good amount of explosives. But I think we'll be in a good spot for bad water during the next wet season because we have a lot of bots who are ready to start working on pumping water. Pine resin is a little bit lower than I was hoping, even after expanding how many trees we have. And then, ooh. So I guess the irrigation was a little bit more dependent. Maybe we raise this up one more. Let's collect that because we want to have all the logs we can. Let's try going up one more. Obviously right now it won't make a difference, but during the next drought or bad tide it should keep the water elevation a little bit higher since we won't have these water pumpers impacting it. We can also continue collecting all the logs from these. I think we need a larger water reservoir, Jay Sean. I think your answer to everything is more water. We have lots of trees. Oh, we gotta mark these. Okay, they won't be able to get all of them, I don't think. We'll get close. But not quite all. Then we'll get some dirt blocks placed down as soon as he gets that last... What is it called? Slope? As soon as the slope is removed. And then we can add a few more trees on the backside. And on this side as well. Come on, man. Oh my gosh. Oh, they fixed it. They just shoved him out. We are going to add a couple. Let's see. So we can just keep going, honestly. Let's do this. I think that should be sufficient. So what do you guys have going on today? I know Sand Artist went to do stuff with his family. We've actually filled this up. Let's set this to supply, and if we prioritize it by haulers, that should make it a little bit more efficient. Have the haulers come get the water from here instead of the pumpers needing to bring it somewhere. I think we also have these set to do the same. We'll probably move some water storage over here. First Saturday you've had off in a while. What do you do for work, Jishan? Also, can I connect this in? Okay, I see I have a couple single platforms, but there's nothing that this leads to. The house is coming along pretty well. Yesterday I did some yard work. Had some vegetation that was touching the house, and living in the south, having the winter where stuff dies back makes it a lot easier to manage it. So in spring stuff comes back very strong. So it was good timing to get it done. Now the real question, can I fit some water right here? Yes, I can. This is going to be our main water source for the beavers. Excellent. Oh yeah, I wanted to get some more contemplation spots set up. I have a few. But I want to get some more. You own rental properties and do stock investing. Sounds like a big boy job. I could imagine how that would involve working on Saturdays often. I would imagine it's probably the rental properties that is taking up your time on the weekends. So I think, oh wait, we did remove those. Is a 6x1 or a 5x1? Yeah, 5x1's fine. And then we can get a few 3x1s. So we have space over here. We can get some paths set up. I don't know if I want to do anything down below. I'm trying to think, what would I want? Like, we can always use storage. I feel like we're doing pretty good. Maybe we want to get some more potato storage. Yeah, we might want to get a little bit. We can get a few more warehouses down here. Unfortunately, we can only get one large one, and then that would be just about it. Maybe some small ones or medium ones. Gosh, you can hardly fit anything. I think we'll just go with the large one. And then we'll do a medium one on top of that. Move this one. Wait, how do I want to get up here? I think I can get away with it like this. Then we could go down through the levels, and we can add a staircase in. We'll need to add. See, this is why I like spiral staircases so much, because it makes it so I can do weird configurations like this. Oh, it would be nice to have that covered up. Realistically, I can't actually cover that whole thing up. I could cover up these two. Let's pause it real quick. Let's see. If we go... Wait, is it 4 or 5 that I need? it's 5. So if we go, whoops. And then we could also do this. Obviously we need the impermeable flooring. That's what I'm thinking. Then we can have that fluid dump. That'd be right there. And let's just make sure this actually fits. Yeah, look at that. Okay, I kind of crammed it in there, but it works. Oh, this will be perfect because then we can press play. We can connect it in, and then we have just some natural spots for a couple more, or I guess a few more contemplation spots. And then we'll have, is that not connected in with paths? We're missing one path. There we go. And then we have this space, which at the moment we're not using. Might be able to use it down the road, but I'm not too concerned about it right now. We do want to set this to something. This is a very big warehouse, so we don't need to store probably ingredients, I would guess. Maybe potatoes. Might be nice to have some stockpiled for biofuel. Yeah, maybe we set that to potatoes, unless there's something else. We're not making books yet. We have this one up here, which should be connected in. Right? Let's make sure that's connected in. That is absolutely not connected in. Okay. Yeah, you feel a stranded beaver coming? Ah, dang it. Well, that was a good prediction. Okay, let's do this. We'll pause this Fountain of Joy, because we do not need them to work on that. That was a good prediction, Lucky. Okay, we're not going to have that set to potatoes. Instead, we're going to do something different. I want to say paper, but then again, we also have 1600. I think we should do punch cards and books. And then also start working on producing. Make sure we have enough paper, because we'll need that in the future. But then also get the printing press unlocked. And then we're going to make 3 of them. Books, punch cards, books for now. What's the recipe for both of those? 1 paper is 1 book. That's a pretty darn efficient book, if I do say so myself. And the printing press is planks and 2 paper. And we are short on planks. So let's unpause those. We're going to need a lot more. Gears we're doing great on, which is good news. I'm curious, can this fit? I'm not going to... Well, hold on. Getting distracted. Let's focus on this. What was I going to do over here? I don't think any of these need to be a massive storage. Let's see, I think these all have... Oh, we don't have any maple pastry storage. I might do that. Same with grilled chestnuts. No, we have that. Yeah, these are all... Yeah, we're doing maple pastries. Might not get to that point. Is that water I see? Whoa. Let's get this place down. Super high prioritize and take a chill pill on flooding everything. And there's some water just going straight through. Yeah, we'll pause that. We'll get that done. We can unpause this and make sure, hopefully we don't strand anyone. Hope they can reach it. Even after they finish building this. Okay. Yep, it is within reach. That's good. How's the bad water? It is slowly filling up. If we go all the way back here, it's taken a while. But this one's filling it up. It's day 2. There's so much I want to do. Okay. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back. So they have just about finished these buildings, but one thing I did want to check. It looks like they should be able to fit the same level as the gear workshop, so they can go underneath. I'm not going to actually place it here, but I just want to see if it even fits. Excellent. So we need to make more of these. We can have these be below ground, but we're going to need some more plank production. Before we start making more lumber mills, we can first switch any lumber mill jobs to be bots. I'm guessing this is lumber mills. No, that's lumberjack flags. Lumber mills. We have 15 of them. That is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a couple more. Okay, we're going full send. We do need to be careful because we have a lot of trees. Also need to mark all of them. And then also plant some more. Just have this random path. We have both these. Don't really need them. think we can just replace them with trees instead. We can switch that to be a bot also. We can speed it up a little bit. And then we have 300 bad water now. Oh, that's going full swing. This is planks and metal blocks. We're going to place this down all along here, but super low prioritize it because not really essential. And then we can also move this path over. I want to start building this up. And then we'll have an irrigation zone up here just to make this all look green. And then we'll leave it as a medium chance of injury job. Also, I guess we'll switch some of these back to beavers because we are so short on planks at the moment. Oh, we also need to make sure they're prioritized by haulers. In fact, what we could do we can get some storages. So let's do some small piles. We'll do 3. And then also a couple more. These will be for the... We'll do one more. So we can go logs, obtain, prioritize by haulers. Just copy the settings for these ones. But I guess we want to switch this. This will be planks, supply, supply. No, we want one to be obtain. Obtain and supply. And then I wanted to have a small warehouse. This will be gears. This will be supply. Oh, we probably want to make some with paper. So we can duplicate this and then supply with paper. How are we doing on dirt? We're doing pretty good. We don't have either of these prioritized by haulers, but that's fine. This is our supply dirt pile. Beaver's well-being is going up. Yeah, we're short on planks. Okay. Well, what I'm thinking is that we preemptively move these back a little bit. Oh, interesting. So you know what we could do? Let's do this. We don't really need... We don't need this path. Doesn't really go anywhere over here. Instead, we can get some storages. Let's remove these. Nope, that is not at all what I want to do. Oh wait, we can't do that. Just kidding. Actually, we could. We can go... Well... Okay, maybe I'm overcomplicating it. But if we would go like this and this, We wouldn't be able to because that is there. We can go underground if we wanted to. Yeah, let's just remove this one. Place this down. Then we can tunnel. And then place that. And then what else could we do? Ooh, we could take advantage of the fact that we have... It might be a little bit easier if we just use the terrain tool. Detonate. Detonate. Spiral staircases. And we can go up a little bit, detonate this. So we can save ourselves from having to use excess planks. We will need, or excess platforms or planks. We will need to use some, but we can also get some more storages right up here. And then we can have 5x1s, 6x1s. Oh, we might not be able to. Let's see. We'll pause it. If we do that, can we get... We can almost. Not quite. Also, we don't necessarily need it to be as large. Let them work on this. Storage. Oh, we don't have any potato storage. This is super far away. Well, we'll have at least something. Chestnuts, we can store some. We already have some book and punch card storage. That's also pretty far away. Let's do that. We'll have this one set to supply. And then this one set to punch cards, also set to supply. This will be kind of like an interim. Oh, this one we just need to add that single path in. Okay, we're short on planks still, even though we switched everything to be bots. None of these are prioritized by haulers. We don't have any wood storage. So let's do this. How do I want to do this? We can just basically duplicate this. But have it set to wood and obtain, prioritized by haulers. That'll help these guys out. Oh, and then we don't have any water here. This should work. Look at that. Is that a bucket? Whoa. Okay, we went up to 50, now 51. This gives us a lot. What is it? It is... Doesn't say in there. Is it in... Oh, you have to click on a beaver. Okay, let's take a look. This will give you plus 10. This guy should be getting that bonus. I don't know why it hasn't. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. +8. So we'll be going up from, we were at 49. We'll probably be, hopefully, 57. I mean, this should really be impacting all the beavers, especially at nighttime. And then we have these guys all working. Yeah, we need some more lumber mills. We have a lot of space over here. I think we should take advantage of dirt. So we have a lot of dirt right now. Let's go along here. We are going to put these platforms on top. I'm hoping they won't trap themselves, but that don't seem like it's going to be the case. I'm going to keep a close eye on all this. Because this gets me worried. Like, right there. He's hanging out. Oh, he's getting... Okay, get out of there. There you go. We can start placing down some lumber mills. And I realize that these dirt blocks are going to be useless. Let's do this. Let's also remove this. And then remove these two. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Don't need those. 54. Let's keep going. 55. Switch that to bots. We still have some unemployed ones, so that is good timing. 1, 2, 3. We could even go over a little bit sooner. We can fit another one in there. I guess I didn't entirely plan that out. That's okay. Just want to move this. And in the meantime, we can add in, let's see. So that's going to be right here. Oh, I guess we can just already place it. And then we will want one more set of dirt blocks. And I'll set both of these to be bots. Oh, we're gonna even do this. Let me think real quick. Go here, down. I don't know if that'll work. Ooh, yes it will. Remove, remove. And then, oh, it's too long of an overhang that we need. Actually, we can go from this side. Okay, this is getting a little nuts. And then we can remove this one, because this is logs. We already have two that are logs. Now, is this entirely necessary? Probably not. But it's just kind of fun to do stuff like this sometimes. So now we're all connected in. We can get back and forth if we need to. And then we can duplicate this. And I think we should be doing much better on planks now. We're already up to over 300. Just a little. Yeah, we're making this, I mean, we're really expanding our production zone over here. This was kind of the main hub for a while. But now we're spreading this direction. We're filling up this space. I think we will need more paper at some point. Do we seriously only have one paper mill? Let's take a look. Oh, wrong thing. How many paper mills do you guys think we have? Place your bets now. It's gonna be a slight delay, but let me know. I feel like we must have more than one. I'm guessing two. We keep looking. Mine. We have one paper mill. That's kind of nuts. And it's this guy just all the way over here. He's not prioritized by haulers. We've made 1,000 windmills, which all require paper. We have so much. We're just going to switch that to be a bot. Have him prioritized by haulers. And I guess not worry about adding in another paper mill yet. 6 or 7. 6, 7. I never understood that meme. Okay, we're doing great on bad water. Now we have over 2,000. We still have unemployed bots. Okay, we have 3 centrifuges. We're doing much better on extract. We have almost 50, or no, we have almost 1,000. We have 1,000. I think having these logs also probably helped a little bit. Yeah, apparently I only need 1 paper mill. I thought I was going to need more. I guess I just make paper so efficiently. Which it doesn't even seem like. I mean, because if we go to logs, I guess that's a 1-to-1. This is a 1-to-2. But it's also a little bit longer than just 1.3 hours. But we've also just been working on paper. I mean, because this was here from like episode 2 or something. So we've had this paper mill running for a long time. So I guess he's just been able to store them up, all the paper up, for quite a while. We can also 1, 2, 3. Let's actually shift it over by 1. And then we can actually Didn't really need to make this guy wait. Detonate. And then in case we need to get on the backside, we have a couple platforms. But this guy is going to get us some green space. You have the builders all sitting around. Found a joy. 19,000, we can almost unlock the earth recultivator. We have not anywhere near enough treated planks. We only have 153. Doing good on pine resin. Planks are looking good. So I'm thinking it's time for more wood workshops. Now the question is, oh wait, we don't need to worry about going double decker up here because we have this thing in the way. I think it's probably also worth shifting the path over. I don't think we need... Yeah, we can shift the path over. And then we can get some wood workshops. And we can duplicate them from right up here. 1, 2, we'll get a third one after we place some dynamite down. I might want to fill this back in with dirt. I know I removed a few pieces. So we can place stuff up here. And then we can get some storages. 1, 2. And we'll make sure we just have everything set so we can make the production, or no, planks. Oops. Make sure we prioritize and set to obtain. This will be supply, set to treated planks. Hello, we see you don't understand much of the language, but you love the game and learn a lot from me. I think Timberborn transcends language, is what I'm hearing. But yes, there's a lot that we have going on. And yeah, some of this stuff can get complex. So, I've been playing for a while, so I understand it fairly well. I am not the best at Timberborn, but I'm halfway decent, I like to think. So I'm glad that you can learn something from watching these. Earth Repopulator is probably next live stream. What's my next live stream idea when this one is completed? Well, funny you should mention that, because today, what's today's date? Today is the 21st, which means that the next live stream will be on the 28th, and then the next one will be after March 5th, which is when Timberborn 1.0 comes out. So there's going to officially be like a new game then. So it actually works out perfectly. I'll be able to pick a new map. I have not thought about what I want that playthrough to be yet. So I'll probably need to think about that. I'll try and brainstorm and then maybe pick your guys' brains, get some input from you guys during the next live stream. But starting a new one with on Timberborn 1.0 I think will be good. You know, get some new eyeballs here. I'm also going to be doing the same thing for one of my Let's Plays. So Haunted Hollows, I just recorded another video yesterday, and I think the goal is to have the one after that. So episode 16 already came out. I recorded episode 17. Need to edit it. And then episode 18, I think I should be able to wrap it up. And that'll work out perfectly so that the next series that I start will come out shortly after Timberborn 1.0 launches. Sand Artist, welcome back. Hopefully you got some of your chores done. Errands ran. Strange beavers. Lucky predicted it. Jay Sean, you know there's way more than that just happened. But we did also strand a lot of beavers. We do have the Fountain of Joy. So that's given us a huge well-being boost. We're up to 56. And then we focus on well-being a little bit. We have a dance hall. We also have an agora. So the beavers are having a good time. We also ran out of bad water. So we massively upgraded our bad water collection facilities. We also have some green space now. And this is purely for aesthetic reasons. Don't really need it. Although we could. It's not super close. What we could do is we could get some showers. So if we do this, let's see. We're going to remove this. I think that there's no one in there. We can place some stairs and then we'll have this all connected in and then get a couple showers. Because wet fur was something that we needed to improve on. In fact, we could actually add a few more if we wanted to. Beavers had balls of steel just hanging out right next to that dynamite. It's only because we ran low on water. Lies. We're doing pretty good. We bumped up our water storage. We have 7,500 we can store. And then we have our water reservoir over here that they're actually maxed out. We can slowly... Oh wait. Can they reach this? Nope. Dang it. Well, we gotta build some stairs again. Just counteract what I just did. You can place down a couple more pieces of dynamite. So, we ran out of bad water for a while. Also figured out one paper mill is enough. Yeah, we have so much paper. We have 800, and I think we had 1,000 at one point, and we literally only have... Where is it? We have this one paper mill that we built this in like episode 2, and that was, and there was a beaver in there too, not even a bot, and that was enough. But Sand Artist, I think that you probably missed a good chunk of our production expansion that we worked on over here. We also have books and punch cards. We don't have a lot of them. We should probably switch these all to be bots. And then for now we should prioritize them all by haulers. We suffered a wood shortage, which I honestly am kind of shocked that that happened. We expanded our tree network, or our tree farm, I should say. We have a lot of trees over here. This will be set to supply because we don't need the wood hanging out here. Oh, these guys are doing nothing. I guess they're chopping some of those trees down, but it's not really why I had them here. We can get these last few trees. Then we can remove all the stumps. And then, let's see, we're doing great on dirt, so let's just do this. We don't really need to, but push it back a little bit. Me and my short wood. Can't believe you would insult me like that. We're doing good on wood now. We have 630. We have, let's see. Oh, I need to continue planting trees. Wow, these are taking forever. But we wanted to increase how many chestnuts we have. And then also maple trees. And then we have to make sure we have unmarked the correct ones for planting. I think that's all. Yeah. Hello, Scott. Afternoon. I take it you live in Europe somewhere, if it's in the afternoon. This farm is so productive. We have, I mean, we can't even pick everything. But we're doing great on food. Cattail crackers, doing fine. Let's see, cattail flour, we have enough. Cattail crackers. We'll switch this to be a bot. Prioritize it by haulers as well. In the UK. Never been over there. At some point I want to go. I just haven't been to Europe at all. Only been to Canada and Mexico. So we're at 22,000 science. Oh yeah, let's see, was it Lucky? Were you asking what the plan is for the next live stream? Let's see. Oh yeah, it was Lucky. So yeah, so I mentioned this one. We've gotten a good amount of well-being items for the beavers. We have one more monument, which we can actually unlock it. I am going to be wrapping up the live stream soon, but in the next one, we'll get this place down. It's going to take a while to construct it. Treated planks are right now the linchpin. So we're just going to actually make space for even more. And maybe we should prioritize them by haulers. But for the next live stream, or I guess the next live stream we'll do the Earth Repopulator. The next live stream series, that's going to be after Timberborn 1.0 has launched. So we will start a new live streaming series. Not next one, but the one after, or not next Saturday, but the Saturday after that. Why is he waiting? But then I need to think between now and then on what I want to do for the actual live stream. I might pivot quickly because there might be some things that we find out about Timberborn 1.0 after it's been launched. So right now I like to play on a map that I haven't played on, which I might have played on all of them now, but I'll take a look, see if there's any new ones. All the way over here. And then once I've decided what map I want to play on and what I want the live stream to be about, then yeah, the next thing is just actually doing the live stream. But yeah, next Saturday will be the last episode, most likely, of this series. So we've made quite a bit, and this has been fun. So we'll have to see what my map options are, because that might dictate what I actually want to do for the live stream. And I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to do before we wrap up today's video, or today's live stream, I should say. Seems like we're doing good on power. Ooh, maybe we're not. We're only producing about 4,000. We're still nearly maxed out. We have added quite a bit. We don't need these two guys running because I'm pretty sure we're maxed out. We'll pause that. We're doing fine on planks. We are maxed out on gears. So let's pause a few of these gear workshops. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I missed so many comments. It's almost 4 p.m. Then Jay Shiny said beans and toast. Isn't the sun almost down over there? Super short winter. Beans and toast is underrated. Another hour or so until it's sunset. Shortest day is December 21st. Yeah. Same here. At least in the northern hemisphere. December 21st. Also the shortest day. So, well, where I'm living, it's just starting to get warm now. So, I'm enjoying that. Looking forward to some spring weather coming up soon. Sanders, I know you're in Pennsylvania, so you probably have a little while until it starts to get nice. Because you said you had quite a bit of snow during the snowpocalypse. I think before we wrap it up, let's take a quick look, see what we can do for well-being. Starting at the very top, wet fur needs to improve. Grilled chestnuts and navel pastries, we're doing what we can with those. Contemplation spots, we can fit a few more in, and then just a few for the aesthetics. Let's see. Let's connect this path in. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we go like this. We don't actually connect it in, but instead we can just add a couple more of these. That should be fine. And we'll add... What were the decorations I was missing? Roof and shrub. I don't know if this might not solve it, but we can always try something. Probably these guys over here. That would be my guess. Let's do this. Decorations. roof and shrub. Should help out a little bit. And we have 10 unemployed bots. We are running really short on scrap metal. It's just not enough even. Ooh, we're short on catalyst. Probably because we're short on maple. Well, we're doing what we can. Trying to get more maple trees down. This guy we can switch to a bot prioritized by haulers, I guess. And then unmark these ones. Okay. Going back over here. Let's see. What do you guys say? The snow is still there? Oh, geez. Florida is the best. 79 degrees right now. You're going down to Florida in June for family. Oh, for family vacation. Sounds like fun, sand artist. I have not been to Florida. And I have also heard that Florida is not great during the summer because it's just so humid and muggy. Everyone else gets packed here during the winter with all the snow. Oh, all the snowbirds. Yeah. People definitely go down to Florida for, yeah, the winter. I have some family who's up in the mid-northwest, and they talk about they have friends who have a couple homes and they go down to Florida for the winter and back up north for the for the summer. Ah, Sanders, you were going back home. That's where you were born. Let's add in a few more showers because we are running a little bit short on beavers with wet fur. So we'll just do 2 wide because we can use this as just a path. And then let's check out any last things we can do before wrapping it up. Roof shrub contemplation spot, earth recultivator, detailer, carousel, and mud pit. We have none of that. I think that is something we can add in during the next episode. You know, a little crammed over here, so I need to be careful. Like actually fitting stuff. Probably also do maybe get some more Lidos. In fact, let's do this. We can remove this. I don't think we need this path here anymore, because that doesn't really lead anywhere. So let's remove this. We can place down some more crops. We're just sticking with Spatterdock. We need to remove... Oh no, we can leave that one. Maybe we do remove it, because then we can also replace this. Oh. You have a bad tide approaching, the first one in a while. We did not have one today. Let's move these two. And we also got to add in 4 more. Okay, I said I was going to be wrapping up the live stream, but I want to keep doing stuff. But I think as soon as we can place down this additional Lido, we will wrap it up for today. Let's get rid of that, and then duplicate this. And there we go. We have some space over here we could take advantage of. Maybe get some showers. Not a bad idea. If we do one more, and then we'll just duplicate and then just keep going along here. Okay, that is where we're going to end today's video and today's live stream. Getting ready for the bad tide. Just under 3 days. In the next episode, we can place down that earth recultivator. I'll try and think about what I want to do for the following live stream, which will be a new one. And then I hope you guys are getting excited for Timberborn 1.0. It's coming out on March 5th. So it's going to be very exciting. I'm going to start a new live stream series, a new video series, and we'll see what the new game, what changes it brings, because it seems like they have been pretty good about adding in new stuff. And then, what have you guys said? Sky, you said in parts of the UK it rained every day this year. Oh my gosh. And then Jay Sean, yeah, this game is too much fun. Sand already said enjoyed a date with my wife today. It's going to be great. Looking forward to it. Weather's not the best, but it rained last night. I don't think it's supposed to rain during the day today. So, but I am super glad that all you guys were here. Jay Sean, Sand Artist, Scott, Lucky, and we had a few more. Hope I didn't miss anyone. Yeah, I think in Notorious you were here. Yeah. And then once again, thank you, Sand Artist, for the super chat. I appreciate it. You've been very generous. So we have a lot of channel members thanks to you. And all of you guys showing up makes live streaming worth it. So hope to see you guys in future live streams. And with that, I will see you next Saturday or in a future video.